Hey, welcome to the Reddit time. What fucked up thing did you do as a kid? Today I'll tell you about some true stories. I'm only learning English, so I'll be really pleased if you support me with your likes and subscriptions. Let's go! Pooped my pants when I was like 5. Didn't want to tell anyone, so I dropped it in the heater duct in my room. House got sold and we moved away not long after. Unrelated. Nice surprise to the new owners. I used to pee on my brother's bed in the morning, so I would get first crack at video games or TV while he helped clean up his mess. Update: I didn't pee on my brother. I used to make sure that I was peeing away from him and on top of the covers. This occurred just a couple of times, probably coinciding with some video game we rented for the weekend. I'm sure my parents were aware something was off about the whole thing, but they never let on and now don't recall being suspicious of me. I've told the story to my family and we laugh about it now. My brother doesn't recall wetting the bed at that age. I'm sorry for what I did, it was selfish action. But watching him playing video games wrong was very frustrating as a kid. Thank you for the shower of gold, kind strangers. Wow, this one really made it under the radar. This is some supervillain origin story shit. I was absolutely terrible to the first man my mom dated after she and my father split. Really terrible. I once told the man in the middle of dinner and apropos of nothing that I hated him and hoped he died in a car wreck on the way home. Said calmly, with a straight face. That man did nothing wrong, was always good to me. I still feel terrible about it more than 20 years later. Did you apologize to him? I did. Ran into him at a gas station years later and told him how sorry I was for being such an awful little shit to him. The important thing is you feel bad about it. I'm sure he understands it was a child's way of coping with the worst parents. When I was 5, I had hair down to my ass. I was tired of my mom brushing it, so I cut it all off and peed on it in a bucket. Understandable, a lot of us would have done this, but, and peed on it in a bucket? Okay then. I was an angry child, I did this to make my mom cry lol. Weird flex, but okay. Misread as 5-year-old with hairy ass. Long enough to brush? What the fuck, I'd be angry too. I'm glad I'm not the only one who read it like that. On 1991, after seeing Mike Tyson getting arrested on the news, I asked my dad what rape was, and he told me it meant hurting a girl. So you can picture 7 or 8-year-old me running to the teacher to say stuff like, "Teacher, come! Jack, John and George are raping Molly on the playground," on threatening my classmates with rape if they were annoying me, boys included, cause I thought this way was also insulting them by calling them girls. Edit. The final straw for the teacher was when 2 kids in my classroom were fighting and I teased one of them with a sarcastic tone. "Oh, poor you. You don't like getting raped?" The teacher ran towards me like, "What did you just say?" So I explained to her, still teasing him, "Well, Miss Sarah, he's like a girl, so we rape him instead of hitting him." I remember my dad reading the Bible to us one night and I asked what a virgin was. He said it meant a girl who had never slept with a man. I thought he meant literally sleep because I was like 4, and whatever the context was implied that being a virgin was a good thing, so I felt bad for not being a virgin because sometimes I had nightmares and slept in my parents' bed. I hate when parents do this. I understand you want to protect your kid from inappropriate topics, but don't lie to them to avoid a slightly awkward conversations. I helped a Jewish kid steal a Christmas tree. He complained his family never had a Christmas tree. I feel like this could be the plot of a movie. My friends and I were out riding our bikes and saw a dead squirrel in the road. Kid Logic said picking that carcass up with some sticks, carrying it to a random front step and doing a din-din ditch was a good idea. About a week later we noticed a for sale sign in that house. To this day I'm suspicious this poor family thought they were being targeted by some sociopaths and noped the fuck out of there. Maybe a resident of that house killed the squirrel and they freaked the fuck out thinking it was some shamanic curse that caused the squirrel to come back. Threw 2 big bags of hamster bedding through my fan and acted like a news forecaster, and acted like it was snowing and parents woke up to my room being covered in over an inch of bedding. Needless to say, I didn't own the hamster anymore. My stepmom was abusive to me, so when she would fall asleep, I would say mean things to her hoping she would hear it in her dreams. More stupid than fucked up. This is cute and sad. My older brother pissed me off, so I pissed in a super soaker. Dominance. I made my brother and his friends a jug of Kool-Aid with water from the toilet. One time I peed in my cousin's ear from the top bunk. The sniper. Sniping's a good job, mate. When I was in 2nd grade, I said my teacher was stabbing kids with pencils. The others were brought in one at a time and questioned. This didn't happen, and I remember the teacher fondly, and I have no idea why I did it. I guess for the same reason most kids randomly do shit, to see what happens next. I had a notebook that I proceeded to fill with drawings. Each page was a scene like a comic book. It told the pictorial story of a woman getting pregnant and giving birth with graphic detail. Detail according to my 7-year-old understanding of how birth worked. She put the baby, didn't she? I used to have a couple bullies in the 1st grade. One day they decided it would be a good idea to strap me to a bench and strip me. So you know what I did? I shit my pants right then and there. They never bothered me again. Dominance, hell yeah! I took a dump in a plastic bag and hid it in my closet for reasons. Also used to stick my van out between the curtains of my bedroom window after bedtime when I first started getting boners, because the risk of being seen was thrilling. I lived on a busy street. Guess I was a born exhibitionist. What happened to the bag? My parents had to have found it. I went to check on my pet turd one day and it was no longer there. We never spoke of it. They've both passed, so I will never know who found it or what happened to it. Life's mysterious. I did something similar. One time, I collected pee in a plastic bag and hung it behind my bedroom door, hanging on the handle. Mom found it a few weeks later. Kids can be fucking weird, lol. You had a bag of peas hanging on your door for a few weeks? Yeah, I'm lucky as hell it didn't bust open or fall and stink everywhere. I tried to poison my mom's boyfriend. I was probably around 11. I had one of those science kits from the Scholastic Book Fair. I took the citric acid and dumped the whole container into his drink. He sipped it and just said, "This tastes like shit," and dumped it out, lol. I find this even funnier because citric acid is harmless. I don't know if it would be considered fucked up, but my brother and I made homemade dart drum push pins. The pins used to hold dress shirts at stores, and we threw them at each other. They would stink in our skin and wiggle, and we would laugh our asses off. My brothers and I figured out that if you pulled the suction cup off of Nerf darts, you could put a push pin, the colored ones for a corkboard, in it and would fire normally. And of course we shot the crap out of each other. When I was around 7, I shit in a cup and gave it to my brother, who was in high school, to eat it and told him it was chocolate popcorn. Long story short, he didn't eat it. Did something similar. I shit and pissed in a bottle of iced tea to make it look like iced tea before I gave it to my sister. She threw it out immediately. I also used to wipe shit on the walls when my parents got divorced. Then penciled myself black one day in 8th grade, before they suspended me. I was a rebel child who hated everything. You doing better now? Absolutely. Was diagnosed with a mental illness in my teen years. Had to fight my way through it. My friend and I ripped and stole pages out of a neighbor's Cosmos that had pictures of boobs. I think it might have been for breast self-exams. We were 10-year-old girls at the time and got totally busted by my parents. That same friend and I got into a different neighbor's trash bags after Thanksgiving and decided to sample some of their leftovers. What the actual f***? Kids are so strange. Hey, we didn't eat f***ing garbage, so don't call us weird. When I was in 1st grade, a girl wouldn't let me in her club. So the next morning our teacher took away her sunglasses because she was wearing them during class. During recess, I snuck into the classroom and placed the sunglasses in the girl's desk. Then I told the teacher when we got back that I saw her take her sunglasses back during recess. My teacher believed me. The girl denied it. The teacher pushed down her desk and the sunglasses were there. She got in trouble for not only stealing but for lying about it. No one ever found out it was me all along. And that is just one story of why I'm going to hell. My parents used to peel apples because kids can have trouble swallowing and chewing the skin. I was upset, I wasn't allowed it, and when they weren't looking, I took the skin out of the garbage and ate it. I kind of relate to the Queen's son. I had a nanny with an enormous ass, and I snuggled up to it regularly, and she apparently saw nothing wrong with it. Who knows, maybe it was her idea. I was too young to really pay attention. Anyway, I like bots as an adult, go figure. I would hold my foreskin closed and then pee till it filled up, then let go a piss explosion all over the bathroom. Edit. God damn it. Really didn't want this to be my highest rated comment. Pretty sure there are a few guys at Frag that played this game. When I was younger, I went to the shops with my dad and had to pee really bad. I was too nervous about asking my dad to go to the toilet, so I began to pee in the corner of the shops, and my dad had caught me and yelled, "What the hell, are you pissing? Are you serious?" Lacking the ability to stop my stream and comment, I slammed my first screenshot and witnessed it fucking ballooning, which was shortly followed by a piss explosion all over my pants, shoes and the floor. I pooed on the floor, then smudged it all onto my little sister's doll, the Scat Man. I was pretty young when this happened, maybe 13 years old. I was in a hot tub with my friends and I thought I had to fart. It was not a fart. Pooped in my bathing suit, so I casually grabbed it with my hand and while no one was looking I dropped it behind the hot tub. I was at some MV function in the lake with my parents. I couldn't have been more than 11 years old. I had to shit and didn't know where the bathrooms were, so I swam out a little ways and pooped. A few minutes later the tide brought my solidly formed log floating towards the gaggle of us kids, resulting in many screams and frantic splashing as they tried to escape my predatory turd. Edit. Just realized I typed this from the toilet where I'm shitting currently. Time is a flat circle. Thank you for watching this video, we hope you liked it and we hope you laughed heartily. We would like to read your funny or not really funny stories from childhood. You can comment down below, also give us thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We appreciate it a lot and see you in the next video. Bye!